Today, I'm talking about the Joola Pro IV series in Scorpeus shape. Joola released the Pro 4 line earlier this year, starting with the Perseus, elongated shape, and then the Agassiz, also elongated shapes. Later, they released all their shapes, including these, the Scorpeus line, which is their standard/wide body shape. Curiously, Joola has a bunch of shapes, but nothing that falls into the typical hybrid shape. These are a standard 16 by 18 inch measurement with a 5.25 inch handle. The Joola Pro 4 line comes in two thicknesses, the 14mm and the 16mm. Both use 8mm cells. Traditionally, 16mm have a softer feel and more baseline power. 14mm cores generally have more pop and maneuverability. And I think this holds true for these two paddles, though the 16mm still has quite a bit of pop. The 14mm Anna-Bright version has a slightly thinner handle at 4.125 inches, as opposed to the 16mm Colin Johns version at 4.25 inches. My 14mm was 8 ounces and the 16mm was 8.2 ounces. They have the same twist weight of 7.08, but the swing weight of the 16mm was 113 as opposed to the 109 in the 14mm. The build of the Pro 4 line is Generation 3 with a floating honeycomb polypropylene core and foam, nearly identical to their 3S line. The difference is what Joola calls the Tech Flex technology, which is added foam at the 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock portion to add stability and improve the sweet spot. If you'll look at the breakdown, it doesn't look like much, but honestly you don't have to do much to a paddle to change the play. Have you ever used some weighted tape to your paddle? Small changes can do the trick. Compared to the 3S, at least for the 16mm, I do find there's better control aspect to the Pro 4 line, and this does feel like an upgrade to the prior version as opposed to just a refreshed paint job. I went into this thinking that I would like the 14mm better, thinner handle, lighter, but the softer feel for resets and dinks on the 16mm, coupled with the still high levels of pop for kitchen play, put the 16mm mildly ahead of the 14mm for my play. I think they are close, but the 16mm seems to be the best combination of benefits. They do both have significant power and pop, but after a few games of adjustment, you can play with these. They're both great paddles, and you can feel the elite levels of power, pop, and feel. But they are $280. They are at the top end of the price range, and it is quite hard to find a discount. Leave me a message in the comments if you do need one. Quite honestly, you can find excellent paddles $100 cheaper or more that fit 90% plus of players out there who want power and control mixed into one. The 11.6 24 Power Series, the Generation 3 paddles from Honolulu Pickleball Company, the Unmarked Alpha from Marked Pickleball all offer excellent power and feel for $100 or more less. The C45 series from Franklin is $50 cheaper and elite as well. So who are these paddles for? These paddles are for the avid player who want the most advanced paddles you can get and don't mind paying for that. Top-end power and pop, advanced construction from a reliable company, but with the understanding that Generation 3 paddles can break down over time. So what whiskey would I pair with these top-end paddles with a premium price tag? How about the Boss Hog Rye from Whistle Pig? That will be on my next video. Follow the link in the description. I hope you liked this. If you did, give me a like and a subscribe. Peace.